Do any of you ever get paralyzed with indecision? The choice anxiety of figuring out what to do next, and all that? That's me with Minecraft mod packs. Hello everybody, Amyte here, and welcome back to another episode of the All the Mods 8 playthrough. I am just admiring the giant hole that I made from last episode and seeing all the ores around the chunks, going like, ooh, I could mine them if I really want to. But I won't, cause I have quite a lot in this storage now. Just look at some of these numbers. I can't seem to figure out why do I need so much of this stuff. But again, it's Minecraft modded, so we never know. Oh, that was an accident. It's okay. I need this for today's episode. And also check out this backpack. I didn't even have enough to fill out the shelves. I actually had to leave some in here, in which, by the way, I do want to say thank you very much for the comments in the last couple of episodes. I did upgrade my pipe transfers to netherite tier, and that helped a lot with the transfers. I did that before I even uploaded the video though, so I'm sorry about that. But I am reading them, and I'm really happy that people are enjoying the series, and that people do prefer that I just enjoy my time with the thing and maybe just let the mod pack play itself naturally. I know I don't mention it because of how much I hate talking about it, but whenever I do get any form of engagement in my videos, whether if it's liking or commenting or whatever, it does unfortunately actually help with putting my videos out there for YouTube's algorithm. And I hate that about YouTube. There's nothing like authentic anymore, I feel, because every part of the creation process is trying to get somebody's attention for whatever reason you could possibly come up with. A lot of series titles I find that I watch, they are formatted with like a clickbait title, and then in bracket at the very end it's like the name of the series and then the episode number. It's never actually just like all the mods let's play episode 1 and then like clever title that's related to the episode or something anymore. And again, this is why I love watching Etho. He may not be the biggest Minecraft YouTuber, but I feel like he is the most respected Minecraft YouTuber for many reasons, but for me, that's one of those, and I accidentally clicked something I shouldn't have again. Going back into indecisions though, I am torn. I am torn between multiple projects. If you look at the quest log here, I have so many things I could get into, and I do have so many things I want to get into. But it's like, what do I do first? What's my priority? Like, I'm torn between right now making an ore processing factory for all of these things, or I could upgrade my gear, or I could make a mob farm. Like, those are my top 3 choices right now. And I had to sit and think for like 10 minutes before I started recording here. And I decided, like, you know, all of those things I listed are nice and are needed to get started and organized for progression. But I want to start on my gear. I'm living on borrowed time here. This stuff I probably will not be able to make again because of my lack of levels, lack of inability to try and do progression. When it comes to gear in modded Minecraft, I just want the endgame stuff right away. So that's what we're going to get started on, which is silent gear. And I'm very excited about this because I finally have an episode that I can talk about where I'm actually very good at this. I'm not the best at understanding silent gear, but I did spend an entire summer researching and experimenting with this mod, so I feel like I should know a little something about this. So intro's finally out of the way. Let's go and get started. So we are gonna have to make a couple of items here. The first thing is a material grader. We need to make a bunch of upgrade bases. So we need a diamond shard. So we need 2 diamonds. And we're gonna break that up, and then we need a little bit of lapis for the dye. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna grab everything I need, and then we'll get started, okay? So what is silent gear exactly? Oh boy, let me explain this to you. So for those who have played with the Tinkers mod, it's basically that, but on crack. But for those who haven't played with the Tinker's mod, every single piece of material in this game, well, when I say that, it's, with exception, but most of the ores and planks and stone and whatever you can think of in this game has a type of stat in the game. You can hover over it and you can see all the stats and traits that the material possesses. So just like in Tinkers, how you can assemble a piece of gear through different components, like for a pickaxe, for example, you have the pickaxe head and then you have the rod. Silent Gear also has that. But it also has extra added features like tip upgrades, coding, and other bonuses like that. And like I said, depending on what you're trying to make, some materials are better than others. Not just stat-wise, but trait-wise as well, because every single material in the game also has different traits. I'm not going to list all of the traits and the stats because we'd be here for half a year, I feel like. But that's Silent Gear in a nutshell. You customize your own tools and armor and weapons based off of all sorts of different materials that you can find throughout the world, and you can figure out what's the best material for whatever you want. Except you can combine materials together. And depending on the material's tier and type and stats, you can potentially combine materials into a better material or alloy. And what it will gain is synergy, which increases the average of the materials that you combined by a certain percentage. So now you can see how crazy it kind of gets. So for example, if we take a diamond, its durability is 1561. If we look at a piece of platinum, its durability is 900. The harvest speed of a platinum ingot is 12. So if you make a material that's made out of diamond and platinum combined, you would make a pickaxe head that has a harvest speed of 10. If your pickaxe head is equal parts diamond and platinum, which physically you can't because a pickaxe head is made out of 3 materials, but that's besides the point. Now, you might be thinking, why would I want that if the combined harvest speed of the 2 materials is 10, whereas platinum is 12? Well, if diamonds and platinums are synergized enough, they could have bonus increased stat. So let me show you. We're gonna take a pickaxe blueprint here. I'm gonna put 2 diamonds. No, we're gonna put 1 diamond, and then we're going to take a platinum ingot. And now we have our pickaxe head. So you can see that it gets a 14% skill bonus, and you can see that the harvest speed is 10.8. However, there is one thing that I did to my mod pack, and that is, why is there a... You are not welcome, dear. Silent Gear has updated its version quite a lot since I last experimented and played with it. And they have a new way of combining materials, and that is with the metal alloyer, which is the thing I was using to make my accessories. Before that, though, you could actually combine your materials in the crafting grid like this. And right now, you can see that the harvest speed is 10.8, but if I do this, the harvest speed is now 12.17. So the order of your materials also can affect the stats of your final product. And this is the legacy option that I have enabled for my playthrough. In my version of Automods 8, I can use the metal alloyer, in which we can do this. So I can show you. I'm not sure if this will actually work. No, it won't. But if I put in some gold, we can see that we have a gold alloy ingot. And now this creates a specific ingot that we can use for further crafting afterwards. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a combination of the new way of how Silent Gear works and the legacy way in order to create my endgame gear. And 2 years ago, I spent an entire summer playing around with all the possibilities from the legacy version of this mod pack to determine my favorite loadout for all my tools and armor. This is gear customization at the highest level, and it's absolutely insane. Now that that long tangent is done, we can finally get started with the mod pack. So the first thing I need to make is a bunch of these upgrade bases. We're going to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6 of these advanced base upgrades. We're going to make 6 material upgrade, material graders, sorry. 4, 5, 6. Then we need to make these starlight chargers. I am out of blaze gold. I am out of blaze powder. Shit. This was why I was thinking about doing the mob farm first, darn it. For now, we're just going to make as many of these as we can, which I think is 3. So we kind of have all the materials that we need, but I need to make a quick stop home to grab something. So remember that banana tree the banana tree farm that I started like way early on? We're finally gonna need these. I'm just gonna go ahead and take just like a couple stacks for now because soon enough we'll have to do a large scale thing for this. So we're gonna take a couple of these emeralds and break them into shards here. So we're gonna be creating what's called glittery dust. Now remember how I said every item has some sort of stats on them? Well, you can enhance these stats by grading these items. You can grade them using grader catalysts, in which I'm using the highest tier of them, which are made by popped chorus fruit, glowstone emeralds, and those nether bananas. And we are going to need a lot of these. So we're going to go ahead and make some of this glittery dust here. I'm going to make about a stack here. And while we're at it, we're going to just go ahead and claim all of these extra rewards, because I sure as heck need these. Do I get anything good? Ooh, a solar panel. This diamond is perfect. We can use this as an example. So again, let's pay attention to the stats of here, particularly the durability, the harvest speed, the attack damage, so 1561, 8, and 3. And that's the base diamond, right? If we grade this, and let's see what we... Are you fucking kidding me? My first grade of the pack and I get max? I should have dumped something else. Oh my god. God, no. This is terrible. I don't use diamonds in my endgame silent gear setup, so this was a waste, but I guess this proves my point. So this is the max possible quality you can get on grading. So now if you look at the durability, it's now 2029. The harvest speed is now 10.4, and the attack damage is 3.9. I'm going to do this again, and let's try and get a different grade this time. Preferably not max, because that would break my heart. Okay, so here we go. Now we have A. So if we look at the stats now, it's now 1639, the harvest speed is 8.4, and attack damage is 3.15. So just the difference between these two diamonds is absolutely substantial. And guess what? You can combine these with the blueprints. So you can combine different materials with different grades to create a very unique and customizable tool and or gear and or weapon. And it's crazy. So grading goes from D all the way to max, and after, so it goes D. Oh no, I think there's an E actually. I can't remember. Do I dare? Should we try again? I mean, the tutorial gave me 4 extra ones. We could try and roll something crappy. Oh, I got an A. Hold on, we can fix this. So one of the things with diamonds, because they can be broken into diamond shards, is you can reassemble it, and then we get a fresh diamond that's not graded. Because I'm using the tier 3, it does have the highest chance of getting better grading. So if we look at all the graders, we have the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and then we have tier 5, which is made from the Automod Star, which is kind of pointless, so we can't, we're not going to use that. But unfortunately, I didn't get, what's it called? A lower grade. We're gonna try one more time. I'm pretty sure there is an E grade possibly. Okay, C. But let's just say it goes from D to max. So it goes D, C, B, A, S, double S, triple S, and then max. So the chances of getting a max grade item is very, very low. And this is why we need a whole bunch of this glittery dust, which is why I started my farm super, super, super early. So what are we going to make first? Well, I need to put this metal alloyer down, and we need to make an item called Tyrian Steel. And to make this, we need a netherite scrap, a shulker shell, a zero electrum, and crimson steel ingot. So luckily enough, I did get some from the quest, but we still need a lot more. And to make a crushed shulker shell, we just need to combine obsidian and shulker shell. So we're gonna make, we'll make 8 for now, and then we're gonna make 8 azure electrums. Hopefully I have the materials. I do. And we're out of blazes again. I should have made that mob farm first. I know I have like 3 blaze spawners, but this is more fun. You're in my world now, bitches. What are you gonna do? Let the rain wash your sins away. Or whatever they say in the movies. Woo! Okay, that should last me for the next while, I think. Let's just make the last bit of the blaze gold I need to make for the starlight charger. And then we're going to just put it all together here. Okay, so now we have the crimson steel, the azure electrum, the crushed shulker shell, and then we need netherite scraps. Please. Okay, phew. And we have Tyrian steel. So this is how Tyrian steel is made. I just realized we're gonna need a little bit more than this right now. Oh, we also have to kill the wither again. The first 36 Tyrian steel we're going to make are actually going to be converted into blocks because we need to activate one of these starlight chargers. Now, I put this a little bit before, maybe about 20 minutes ago, so that it could start charging, but basically these things gain charge overnight. So you can see it currently has 243 and it's the day, so it stopped charging. But if we surround these if we surround the starlight charger in a specific configuration, I think it's like this with here. So 1, 2, 3. I've never done it like in a not flat place before, so I might get it wrong. Should be like this. This is going to be a little bit of a cruel setup because I usually would make a proper place for this. But I'm kind of desperate right now, and I just kind of need to get this going. We're going to hook all of this up here. We need 2 parts to this, and I'm trying to remember how I used to do this. We need to make a bunch of hoppers. So what's the cheapest? Can I make chests out of baobab? Oh, I can, okay. Oh no, I'm out of iron again! Remember how I said materials had traits and all that? So, if you do alloys in the crafting grid, and this was a huge thing in the legacy system, notice how in the Luster's description it says it needs how do you say it? Material count 3 or material ratio 50%. So basically, if you want to have that trait in your final product, it needs to be at least have 3 diamonds in the like combined alloy, or at least half of the materials need to be made of diamonds in order to have that trait. So like I was saying, when you combine all of that together, it gets really crazy. So I'm just gonna set it up like this. Like I said, this is gonna be very crude, but it's just so that I can get this one item done, and then we'll actually make a proper building and stuff for this, because I do want to. It's just a matter of like, I have to farm all the items, design a building, and then be able to do this. No, I don't have time for that. I'm gonna put an improved pipe upgrade here so that we can change this into round robin mode. And what this is gonna do is I'm gonna put the glittery dust in here, and I already messed it up. Oh, no, I didn't. It works like this. I forgot, yeah. And then back here, we just need to put piping on all of these things. I should have just enough. Oh, thank goodness. And then we're going to disconnect all the pipes here. So we're just going to set all of these pipes under the graders into extract mode. So now what should happen is when I put these alloys in, they get put evenly into these material graders, and then what happens is that they get pulled out from the bottom, and then they get reinserted into the grader again, so that it just continuously loops, and it won't get stuck, because this setup will only stop if I get a max grade item. This is where I need a lot of that glowstone and nether bananas. So I'm gonna run these for the next while. I'm also seriously worried about my glowstone stash. Can we? No. I'm gonna make a diamond wand. I could technically make an infinity wand with unlimited durability, but I'll just come back to that in just a second. We're just going to go ahead and pop all of this in here, and then boom, 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 and then fortune. In order to grade just even one material to max, you can need anywhere between 1 to like 4 stacks of grading. I'm just going to make a whole bunch of glittery dust and just hope that I can get 5 max grade Tyrian steel alloy ingots, and that way we can come back to what I'm trying to do for this video. I do think I may have made a mistake in priority for what project to do first. I think I should have made the mob farm, but it's already too late, so it's okay. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to switch gears real quick, because after I ran through all the grading I had before, I ended up with 3 C's, 4 triple S's, and 3 double S's, so not a single max, and I need 5 of them. So it's not gonna be bode well if I try to create a max Paxo right now. So instead, I'm going to make a weapon first. And I think the best one that we should make right now is either a sword or a dagger. A dagger would be probably the most economic option, because it only requires 1 ingot and 1 tool rod. So I feel like we should do that. And based on my research and experimenting, my favorite combination, or my favorite components of a weapon, is refined obsidian and titanium. Titanium will be used for the tool rod. So if I hit C, we can see the stats on it. The reason why I like titanium is because it has the highest base stats for a tool rod. 20% attack damage additional, and then plus additional flat 2 damage on a weapon. And then refined obsidian is base 10 on ungraded, so it's the highest that I could find. And by the way, don't worry, I didn't have to look at all the materials in the game. There's actually a command for silent gear, which I believe is SG mats, and then and basically what this command will do is that it will create a spreadsheet and dump it into your mod pack folder for you to look at. And that's basically what I did. But unfortunately, what it doesn't tell you from the spreadsheets is like the combination of different items and stuff like that, so that required experimentation. So yeah, let's go make a dagger instead. I need refined obsidian, which I don't have any. And I think it's a bit of a process. It's not too bad, but we do need diamond. We need osmium, in which we also have to make an osmium compressor. Oh my god. But I think that's all we need. We just have to infuse diamond dust with obsidian dust, and then we get the refined obsidian dust, and then we can put it through an osmium compressor to make the refined obsidian. So again, I will be right back. I apologize. I haven't made a crusher yet. This is why I'm super worried. Oh, and I made way too much obsidian dust, but that's okay. So now we just combine the diamond dust with the obsidian dust, and that makes the refined obsidian dust. But to turn this into an ingot, we need to make an osmium compressor. All right, I'm gonna have to be super crude, and I'm just gonna plug it somewhere in this cabling. So with the refined obsidian dust, we just have to put in some osmium, and I don't know how much. It's 200, and a block does, I can't tell. It looks like it does exactly 200, so maybe a 1-to-1 ratio. So we're just going to run all of these through, and I just realized, why am I making a whole bunch? I just needed one. Oh well. Titanium. This was a new addition to my research and experimentation. Originally, I never used this because this uses alchemistry, or whatever the mod pack is called. It's now chem library, but it uses these machines. And what alchemistry is a mod pack that essentially says, hey, everything is made out of chemicals, right? Let's make every single recipe of every possible combination of taking an item and extracting it into its separate chemicals and combining said chemicals into anything. Unfortunately, titanium is only able to be made through alchemistry, so I decided to bite the bullet and actually learn. So in order to make titanium, we need 16 parts titanium for a dust, which gets turned into an ingot. And to make titanium, we need to dissolve items into titanium. And as you can see, we need titanium itself to make titanium by itself. I don't know how to say it, but the one thing that we can use is titanium oxide. We could also use fission and fusion controllers to create and extract elements, but this requires a multi-block thing, and I cannot be bothered for just one part of silent gear. So the only thing that we can really use is titanium oxide, and you might be thinking, oh, this would be easy, you know, if we just dissolve certain items, it will be good. No. Dissolving is an RNG row that, just looking at this makes me angry. So if you dissolve basalt, this is what it can dissolve into. And when I saw this, I was like, nope, I don't want to do it. But then I started scrolling around, and I found out ink sacs give 4 titanium oxide. Guaranteed 4 titanium oxide for a single ink sac. And again, if we dissolve titanium oxide, we get oxygen and titanium, 2 parts titanium. And again, 16 parts titanium creates a dust. So if my math checks out, we technically only need 4 ink sacs to create 2 titanium ingots, which seems kind of really broken considering titanium is in my opinion, the best in slot material for a weapons tool rod. We do need to make these machines though, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Combiner? Oh no, I needed a compactor. Shit. And once again, I'll just haphazardly throw these machines onto this terrible cabling that I'm doing right now. Okay, so we just have to dissolve 4 ink sacs. We get 16 titanium oxides, which means we get 32 titaniums, which means divide by 16, we get 2 ingots, right? 2 titanium dust, and we get 2 titanium ingots. All right. So let's go back and grade these things. Wish me luck. I am looking for max grade.
1 eternity later.
Oh! We got our first one. Yes! We got a triple S here and a triple S here. Okay. Oh, yes, we got the other max titanium. How's the refined obsidian doing? God damn it. I'm getting worried. This is all the remaining glittery dust I have. And I still haven't hit the max yet for this refined obsidian ingot. I mean, I have the emeralds from the chunk destroyer and the popped chorus fruit from my chorus fruit farm, but it's the glowstone that I don't have renewed. So I will have to make a trip to the nether if this doesn't work out. Please. Please. Oh, this doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Oh. The A. 3 more. S, 2 more, please, max. No, last one, max. Oh my god, half an hour later. I'm not kidding. My recordings say this was half an hour later. I finally got the refined obsidian maxed out. This is so RNG, but it's just so worth it because now look, the attack damage is now 13. The durability is 3,000. Compare that to the base stats like I was saying. Worth it. I was so superstitious, by the way, that I moved the refined obsidian from greater to greater, thinking, oh, I'll just change up the RNG, and no, it didn't help at all. The RNG kind of, averaged out, considering the diamond and the 2 titanium. I actually got the titanium really early, so this is more like the actual rates of getting max, and yeah, it takes several stacks to get it, which is why we need a lot of materials to make a lot of graders. Now that we have these, we can finally create the parts of the dagger. So I just have to get the blueprints for it, which, why can't I find it? Oh, it's so late. I'm seeing stars here. So we are going to make the tool rod out of titanium. So we're just going to select the tool rod, and then, oh, wait a minute. We're not done yet. I said there was grading. However, there's a second way to increase the stats even further. You can make star metal dust to create a charger catalyst. Over the past half an hour, several nights have passed, and it has fully charged the starlight charger. And now what we can do is we can put our materials in here and put a dust, and this will also increase the stats of the material. So again, let's take a look. 3,000 durability, 13 attack damage, harvest speed 26. Not that that matters, but those are the stats we were comparing before, so we're going to compare them now. And now, if we look at the material, it has an enchantment called Star Charge 3. And now the durability is 6,300, the harvest speed is 39, and the attack damage is 16. Silent gear, everybody. Again, if we take a look at the base stats of a titanium, 2,000 durability, harvest speed 10.4, attack damage 7.8. That's the main thing, right? But this is a tool rod. We're making a tool rod. So attack damage 1.26 plus 2.6 at max. Star graded 1.26 attack damage, so that stayed the same, but 5.6 flat damage increase. So now, if we put this in, we can now see we can make a tool rod. I'm so tired, I'm sorry if I'm repeating words and such. Just like the graders, there's 3 types of tiers. We're just using the highest tier right away. So that is the tool rods, and luckily enough we get to make 4 out of it. And then we also need to make a dagger, which I don't have, so let's go ahead and make that real quick. Alright, and we select the dagger blueprint, and we put the refined obsidian dagger. There's a variety of different weapons you can make. The classic sword, a knife, a katana, I think there's a machete as well. I like daggers and katanas the most, but depending on what you like personally, you can adjust it to your own liking. But yeah, we're gonna make a dagger first. So if I combine the 2 parts together, we create a dagger with 18 hearts of damage. It does say 17.68 though, so I don't know what's the deal with that. So that is 1 dagger done. Part 1, that is. Let's go try out this new sword. Originally, I never considered using a dagger. I was always sort of a katana fan. But I watched this channel called Epic Enchants where they had some tutorials on silent gear, and they showed how great the dagger is. It does less damage than a normal sword, but the thing with the dagger is that it works like an old Minecraft sword where you can spam click it. So your DPS is actually considerably higher than a normal slower sword. But I still like the katana because it gives more damage per swing. So depending on what I need, I can switch between those 2 weapons. I'm going to make a katana as well. But I'm also going to make an axe because it's really, really good. But yeah, before the wizard kills itself, I'm going to show the damage difference. So I'm going to hit a couple times with this diamond sword. You can see it's going pretty slow. And now with this refined obsidian dagger, instant, almost. Well, not instant, but you know what I mean. But yeah, that's the base power of the new weapon that I have, so I'm very excited. And yeah, that's basically the first part of getting into the end game of my silent gear setup. I hope you enjoyed watching this episode. I know it's been on the much longer side, but there was so much I had to cover that I couldn't possibly take out any more. Trust me, I tried to trim it down as much as I could, and this was the best I could come up with, so apologies for the longer video, but we're gonna continue this in the next episode, and I'm gonna start my other projects to help finish my silent gear project to be completed. So again, I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye bye.